Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Jen, and this is A Better Life with Jen. Today I thought it would be fun to take you through just kind of a normal weekend day in my life. As you saw, I always start with a little bit of an energy drink. This is Alani Nu, which are some of my favorite flavors. This is the Favor Cherry Slush, so I love this. I don't drink an entire one, I just drink part of it in the morning just to get myself going with a little bit of caffeine. Now today being a Saturday, I like to go to Orange Theory. So normally I work out at home, but on Saturdays I like to go to Orange Theory, which is a group fitness class. It's fun just kind of for some social interaction. So I'll take you along with that. Gonna do a grocery run to Costco and then just some normal stuff around the house. So come along and spend the day with me. I have about 2 minutes before I have to run out the door to make it to Orange Theory, so I'm grabbing just some super quick breakfast that I can eat in the car. As you saw, I threw a couple toaster waffles in the air fryer. I'm too lazy to dig out my toaster and have another thing on the counter, so I use my air fryer for everything. So these with some great carbs, and then for some protein, I have this Premier protein shake. I really like this brand, and this is a limited edition summer flavor lemon bar, which I had to go search to get. It's very, very good. So I'm gonna eat this on the way. I'll grab my water, I'll head out, and then I'll show you the rest of the day. I just got back from Orange Theory. It was a great workout. If you're not familiar with Orange Theory, it's a group fitness class. It's a combination of strength and cardio. You do half of the class on the floor with some weights and half of the class on the treadmill or the rower to incorporate cardio. So it's super fun. Like I said, it's just kind of nice to, do something, work out with other people around since I mostly work out at home. But I'm gonna go jump in a quick shower and then get on with the rest of the day. Gonna do some cleaning. Got to change the sheets on the bed, make a Costco run, maybe some meal prep, all kinds of stuff happening today. So I'll take you along on the rest of the day. So I am never going to be one of those YouTubers that does a get ready with me video because I have no idea what I'm doing. All I know is that if I let my hair air dry, which I prefer to do because it's easy and I'm super low maintenance, it is a frizzy mess. So I have spent an insane amount of money buying all the products that are supposed to get me straighter hair. It's also windy AF out there and there's things flying and hitting my window. So I have the Dyson Air Straight, which is a combination of like a hair dryer, but looks like a flat iron, supposed to make your hair straight. It helps. I bought the Dry Bar round drying brush a few years ago. Didn't really like that. So this is about as good as I can get it. It's still kind of frizzy, but whatever. So I rough dry it with a blow dryer and then dry it with the Air Straight. And then I have this Aussie hydrating oil and stuff smells great. So it's almost empty. Apparently I need a new one. I just throw a little bit of this in just to help kind of smooth it down a little bit. But that's about as good as it gets. Because it's the weekend, half the time I don't wear any makeup. So this is about as ready as I'm gonna get. Yes, I have no problem going to Costco looking like this. Inevitably, I run into people that I know or work with, but whatever, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go get a few things done around the house before we make it to Costco, assuming that I don't blow away.
ahead and fix some lunch. And this is going to be one of those use up things in the refrigerator kind of lunches. I really like to try to do these just to use up the odds and ends of things. I have some of these egg whites that need to be used up. I'm going to make an omelet. I'm going to mix it with a whole egg. I like to use a combination. Add the extra egg whites for extra protein. I have some cheese, I have some butter, I have some leftover cooked broccoli that I'm gonna throw in. So I'm gonna have the protein, the fats, the veg. I'll pair it with a piece of toast to get some carbohydrates from it. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I make this omelet. Well, it might not be the world's most aesthetically pleasing omelet, but I think it's going to taste amazing. As you can see, I actually cracked the whole egg in there and left it, unscrambled because I like a runny yolk. So it's an omelet, but it's going to have a runny yolk. So it has the broccoli, the cheese, the extra egg whites, and then the egg, and I'm going to get that runny yolk. I have a piece of toast, and I'm just going to put a little bit more of this butter on it, but we'll give you a taste. I'll show you the great runny yolk. As you can see, I think that's the best part of an egg. So it's going to taste amazing, even if it doesn't look the best. But it tastes fabulous. So like I said, easy, complete meal, protein, fats, carbohydrates, cleaned some stuff out of the refrigerator that needed to be used up. So I'm gonna eat this, then get a few more things done around the house, and I'll pick you up later. All right, let's go ahead and do the Costco grocery haul. Starting here, I got some Swiffer dry cloths. I know they're not the most eco-friendly because they are disposable, but they're super great for picking up dust and hair on my floor. I got some Premier Protein vanilla shakes. I really like Premier Protein. Vanilla is great because you can use it in all kinds of things. I like to use it as a creamer in my coffee. I also really like to use it in soda. Hear me out. If you have not tried the Viral Protein Diet Coke that's out there, you need to try it. You take any form of diet soda. My favorite happens to be Diet Dr. Pepper, and you put a little splash of vanilla protein shake in it, and it makes it taste like a float. Also works really well with root beer. Tastes like a root beer float. It's amazing. Try it. Get yourself some. These were both on sale at Costco. I got some mouthwash, the 3-pack. This was also on sale. This is the alcohol-free. I made the mistake one time because it was on sale and got the Crest mouthwash with alcohol, and it burned my mouth. It was awful. I used them all up because I didn't want to waste them, but ever since then I've definitely made sure that I get the alcohol-free version. I got 2 bags of these grilled chicken patties. I love these. Great source of protein, super easy. They're fully cooked. You can throw them in the microwave for like a minute. They're frozen. Super easy when you need a really quick, easy dinner or lunch. I love these, so I got 2 bags of that. Got a bottle of fish oil because I was out. Got some of Costco's brand Kirkland, same thing as Tums. I actually don't use these as an antacid, but they're a great calcium source. So rather than buying calcium pills or, calcium gummies or anything like that, these are actually cheaper. 1,000 milligrams of calcium in each one, so I use those. And then we needed some of the Downy scent boosters for the wash. These were on sale. The chicken patties were on sale. The only things that weren't were the fish oil and the calcium. So that's the Costco haul. I'm going to get this stuff put away, get the frozen stuff put away, and then I will show you the haul from Safeway. So I'm going to show you the rest of the grocery haul. I went to Safeway and Grocery Outlet. So we'll start with Safeway. Got some croutons because you can't have a salad without croutons. They were on sale if you bought 3. So of course I got 3. Got some milk. Yes, I know it's cheaper to buy a full gallon rather than 2 half gallons. However, we don't go through a full gallon fast enough before it starts to get that sour smell. So then it gets thrown out. So I'd rather spend a little more, use the 2 half gallons and not waste any. Got some honey vanilla Greek yogurt. They didn't have the brand that I actually wanted that was on sale. This one was also on sale, so I grabbed that. Got some shredded cheese. It was on sale. Yes, I know it's better if you shred your own, but sometimes you just gotta go with what's easy. And then I got some shredded lettuce. I realize head lettuce probably has no nutritional value, but don't come at me. It is my absolute favorite type of lettuce to use for salads. I love the shredded lettuce for my salads, so that's what I use. That's what I buy. Then moving on to the grocery outlet, got some stuff that I needed and some fun stuff because I always seem to do that when I go there. Got 3 different types of Eggo frozen breakfast products. Got some mixed berry pancakes because they were only 99 cents a box. I've actually had them before from there and they're pretty good. Got some more toaster waffles, as you saw this morning. I love to eat those when I need a quick run out the door breakfast. These happen to be Fruit Loop flavor, which sounded pretty good. And then I got some chocolate chip brownie ones, which actually have more protein in them. So I've never tried those before, but I thought those would be good to try. And both the Fruit Loop ones and the brownie ones were on sale as well. Got some ketchup because we were just about out of that. Got some brown rice noodles because I'm going to use this for a video coming up. Got an everything chopped salad kit. It was on sale. As you can see, it has $2 off stickers, so it was $2 off. So it was like $1.50. Love to use those for all kinds of stuff. Got a thing of sugar-free rice pudding. This is also for a video coming up. Got some birthday cake cookie dough. This is the type you just break it up and bake it. I love to bake, and I bake from scratch most of the time. However, once in a while when you're in a time crunch and you just need to get some cookies out really quick, these are great to have. This was on sale. It was only 99 cents. And given now the price of eggs, you can't make cookie dough that cheap. These also freeze really well, so if I don't need to use it, I will just throw it in the freezer, and then you can bake them straight from frozen. And then I got a couple protein bars. This is chocolate chip cookie dough, and this is chocolate almond bliss. Because I am always a sucker for a new type of protein bar. They were only 99 cents a piece. I didn't buy a ton of them because when I felt the chocolate chip cookie dough one, it didn't feel quite as soft as I would have liked. So I just bought one of each to try that. If it's great, I can always go back if they still have it. And then a red onion because I love to chop that up and saute that for my salads. So this is the grocery haul for this week. Didn't really need any meat products this week because I have a bunch of that in the freezer. So didn't spend too much this week, which was really nice. But I'll put all this stuff away and then I'll be back. Probably going to be time for a snack after that. So I will pick you back up with that. All right, we are going to meal prep some egg bites. I have some of these egg whites that I love to buy from Costco. They need to get used up, so I'm gonna go ahead and bake them. Now, I thought about buying some of the little silicone muffin tins to cook them in because that would be a great shape, but I'm trying to not buy more junk for my house. I'm trying to actually, declutter, whatever you want to call it, downsize, get rid of crap. So I happen to have, that I had bought a long time ago, these silicone donut pans that I bought for something I was doing. So we're just going to use those because we're going to go with it. I have them and we're going to use them. So there's no recipe for this. This is just one of those cook by your heart. So I'm going to use this entire container because it needs to get used up. So we're just going to dump all this in, and then I'm going to mix it with some whole eggs as well. So this is the equivalent of 10 eggs. So I'm going to add probably like, I don't know, 5 eggs to it. I have no idea. I'm just going by feel. I also have no idea if it's going to fit in all of these or if I'm going to have to bake them in batches. So we'll figure it out together. Now I'm just going to break up the whole eggs, whisk this up. All right, that looks pretty well mixed up. Now I'm going to pour it in these. Like I said, I might have to do them in batches. I'm also going to sprinkle a little everything but the bagel seasoning. I love this on eggs, so we'll sprinkle a little bit of that on top. Good news is it all fits. Now, had I planned this out better, I would have placed these on a cookie sheet prior to pouring the eggs in so that it's easier to transport. But I'm going to try to place them on a cookie sheet now without spilling too much of it. So hold please, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back with a cookie sheet. We're going to try to transfer these over to the cookie sheet without making too much of a mess. Like I said, I didn't plan this out quite as well as I should have. Well, that was an epic fail. I'm gonna clean this up and then I'm gonna try this again. So we'll be back. So I got that disaster cleaned up, salvaged most of the egg. Now, luckily, a lot of it fell into the cookie sheet, which was already clean, so I was able to dump it back into the measuring cup, put it back in. So I'm gonna sprinkle some of the everything but the bagel seasoning over each one. And then I'm gonna put these in my preheated oven. I preheated it to 350. I'm gonna bake them. I'm gonna check them after about 10 minutes, see how they are. Once they're done, I'll come back. We'll try to take them out. Hopefully they come out nicely from these silicone pans. We'll say a little prayer and hopefully they turn out okay. But like I said, I needed to use up the eggs, so we'll try it out. Given the price of eggs nowadays, I hope this turns out okay. If not, I just wasted a lot of money, but we'll see. You live and you learn. So I will be back after these are out of the oven. So while I'm waiting for those egg bites to come out of the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and have a snack. I'm gonna have one of my favorite snacks, and that is a Larabar. If you've seen some of my other videos, I've had these before. One thing you'll learn as you watch my videos, I tend to eat a lot of the same foods, a lot of the same snacks. I find what I like and I stick with it. So this is the flavor Lemon Bar, which is a great flavor. Put that up there for you to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this while those are in the oven. And once they're done, hopefully, like I said, we're just gonna pray that they come out okay. All right, I have taken the egg bake donut bites, whatever you want to call them, out of the oven. I ended up baking them for about 16 minutes, I think it was, on 350. Now we're gonna see, hopefully, because these are silicone pans, hopefully they come right out and we won't have wasted all these eggs. So let's give it a try. Well, they seem to pop out from the bottom really easy. Let's just see if we can get them around this post in the middle. Oh yeah, they come out really easy. They're a little bit hot, so I think I'm just gonna try to turn them over and see if they'll just fall out that way. And yes, they do. That's much easier because they're still pretty hot. So we can flip these over. As you can see, the size ended up a little bit different. These two are really small because part of the egg stuff fell out as I was transferring them over to the cookie sheet. But I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. I'm just gonna turn it right over. Pop them right out. Perfect. Now, obviously, if they didn't have that post sticking up in the middle and they were just more of a muffin cup like they should have been, they would pop out much easier. But I think they actually turned out okay. And like I said, it was a great way to use up some egg whites that needed to be used up that were about ready to go bad. So I'm gonna let these cool completely. And then once they're cool, I'll put them in the refrigerator and I'll be able to use those, for breakfasts or snacks in the coming days. It is time for some dinner and I just whipped up something super easy and quick. I have a nice salad. I have a turkey burger. I had previously meal prepped these, had them in the freezer, so it's really easy just to pull one out whenever you just want a really quick, easy dinner. I just threw it in the microwave and then I actually usually throw them in the air fryer for about a minute or two. Just to kind of give them a little crispy. I really like that. And then this is a pretzel bun. It's actually a hamburger bun. It's a pretzel roll. I love these. They're so good. I can pass up rice, pasta, potatoes any day, but give me all of the bread. So I would much rather have bread as my carbohydrate with my meal than any of those other things. And then I just have some of this Asian dressing I'm gonna put on the salad. And then of course you have to have croutons because what good is a salad without croutons? Once again, it's a bread product. Fun fact, when I was a little kid and we would go to the pizza parlor, I would always get a salad bar, and my salad literally consisted of blue cheese dressing, croutons, and bacon bits. There was not a vegetable in sight, and that was my perfect salad as a kid. And then I have some ketchup. This is a reduced sugar and reduced sodium ketchup. I get this at Sprouts. And then this is some mustard. I love mustard. This is from Trader Joe's. This, they no longer have this. It was a limited edition thing. It is dill pickle mustard. It's amazing. I love pickles. I love all things pickles. So this is great because I love mustard as well. So I'm just going to, there's a little bit of this left, sprinkle a little bit of that on, put a little bit of the ketchup on, and then go ahead and eat this nice, easy dinner. Then I'll clean all this stuff up and I will be back to wrap up this day with you. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I love to have some sort of protein bar treat at night. So I'll be back in a little bit to show you that. Well, that is going to end this vlog for the day. I hope you enjoyed spending the day with me. I am going to finish off my night with a protein bar, which is my usual. And I like to try different kinds, different flavors, different brands. I always, if I find a good deal on something, I'm always up to try a new one. This is a pure protein, which I have had this brand before in several flavors, but I've never had this particular brand. And this is Galactic Brownie. So it's got the little sprinkles on top, almost like I think it's supposed to be like the Cosmic Brownie, little Debbie individual brownies that you can get. So I'm gonna give this a try tonight, see how this one is. Like I said, I always like to try a new flavor of a protein bar. But as always, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It does help me out. I appreciate everyone watching, and I will be back next week with another video.